I'm gonna be straight up. I'm officially ashamed to even be considered a white American. And it doesn't help that I'm fluorescent as fuck, as if Dracula had a love child with Casper the Ghost. You know, it's 2023, so if we can no longer identify with our biological gender, then I'm officially no longer identifying with my biological ethnicity. Because I just found out the most messed up thing. And I strongly encourage you to do your own research into this and find out your own information. That way, like, you find it out for yourself. But this is what I just learned. George Washington, right? Did you know that there were indigenous black people in the Americas, and they were Moorish black people, and that the chopping of the cherry tree of George Washington was him officially cutting off their inheritance and their history from ever being remembered, and that he had written and said that in 200 years, if we remove the turbans from their heads, the sandals from their feet, and we make them think that they are just like any other black people, that they will forget their entire history and their inheritance and the fact that they are indigenous to the Americas. And did you know that our first peace treaty ever signed was with Morocco? And that if they had wanted their freedom, they could have had it, but they were never told about it, and so they were enslaved instead. Why can't we ever, why can't, we're the worst. Like, we're the worst. Our history is a total lie of everything. Can I move?
So see a lot of noise about this fucking white pride bullshit, this eugenics crap all over the place. And white people talking about, oh my God, we can't even be proud to be white. You know what? You insist on fucking fighting this culture war. The left tries to avoid it. We want to tell you that acting that way is racist and it's wrong. But you want to fucking have a culture war? Let's fucking bring it. Let's do it. Let's talk about how your race is so fucking insignificant that your whole identity is based on conquest, culture, and lies. So let's talk about white pride. But let's be real. This entire movement isn't about pride. It's about insecurity and fear. Think about it. Every culture in the world has traditions, history, resilience, something to be proud of. But when your whole sense of self is based on this vague, manufactured concept of whiteness, something literally created to dominate and exclude, you insist on having a culture war. Bring it. Let's do it. Let's talk about how your minority race in the world has done nothing but contribute evil, separation, conquest, and built a whole fucking legacy on lies. It says everything about what's missing inside, not what's there. True pride doesn't need a rally, a torch, fucking tiki. It doesn't have to shout in the faces of the people that it fears. It just is, rooted in contribution, community, connection. Historically, the only thing that whiteness has produced is a legacy of conquest, colonization, and erasure. Systems designed to keep others down so you feel bigger. That's not strength. That is the textbook definition of a weakness, the need to control and destroy what you fear. American nationalism, white pride, no other culture in the world has to create a supremacy movement to justify its existence. No other group needs to make up heritage to feel whole. That's why this movement is so loud and clings to lies about eugenics or cries about the most insignificant bullshit about persecution. Deep down, there's nothing real to stand on. No food, no music, no traditions, no beauty it didn't steal or destroy. Just a story about superiority held together by fear. So if you're feeling white pride, ask yourself, proud of what? What have you built that wasn't taken? What have you contributed that wasn't stolen? What are you so afraid of losing if all you have is what you say you are? Maybe the real reason you shout so loud is because you know deep down that you've been living a lie, and no amount of noise, red hat wearing, chest beating will cover up that lie.